Hello, and welcome to Steel Division 2 here. We've got the final of the rookie tournament here. We've got Soap, 122nd Infantry, 122nd Infantry, yep, is S tier, and Peasant Denis de Deloitte, yeah, facing off in a match here. 2-star Panzer Grenadiers coming out, as well as 2 Pumas here rushing forward. Don't know, fast move is quite the move to do, and also Purple Wolf out in the opening. Has forced this 25mm to unload, but that will march its way forward, no problem there. And lots of PTRSs coming in for the time being. Argamachiki's also going to make themselves into this town. It looks like Soap is relying a lot heavily on this 234 here, and an MG42 likely going to be trying to make its way into that church there to counter, well, just a lot of units. And actually, we see a Panther opening coming in here, which is really, really interesting to see here. Not a lot of people do end up doing that, but both Pumas do get into relative position here. The Flamers don't manage to make it into town, of course. And Superior here failed to kill the Pioneers, so Pioneers relatively safe. There are 3 infantry units versus 1. As long as that Peasant 3 comes up for support, should be relatively fine. And 234 does manage to get a kill on the PTRS, so it won't be going down itself, and this Panzer Grenadier as well is going to be able to unload and give some fire support there, as the Panther D is now going to march forward, and ooh, you got to be really careful. There's Superior in these trees, but it does get line of sight on target, and starts firing away. Ooh, gets a wonderful penetration there. The Panther D fuel does manage to do that, and now these mortars are going to be used as smoke support. Interesting to see that. They are certainly capable of it. And the Pioneers here versus the Guardia DP. Not really the fight you want to be taking with them, but yeah. 234 still doing a good job to fire off some of these, or some of these units suppressed, as it is a 15-9 right off the bat. Superior PPSH though, they don't quite manage to get. Oop, the Argamachiky rather said doesn't quite manage to get away. So only the Superior is going to make it into the town, and really just a unit can basically walk up to a Superior and kill it. Despite having 4 PPSHs, a Panzer Grenadier was still beat it in CQC. Not that that's a favorable trade you'd want to be taking. Panzer Grenadier here also manages to finish it off, and now the T-34 is firing at these Pumas. The Pumas are retaliating, from the looks of it. But, ooh, oh man, that was a little bit weird there. Couldn't see what was shooting. But T-34 trading with the Puma. Relatively good kill with the T-34, because the T-34 does have the infantry for that, or the armor for that, right? And the availability, like I said. So, Panzer Grenadier is coming forward. Are going to hope to take this town out, but this Panzer Grenadier really does not want to be fighting the CQC here. Argamachiki's and Superiors. The 234, though, could come forward with relative impunity. No real recon, though. Minus is 234 for the Panther D, though, so does have to be a little bit careful against a T-34-85. Does have the range to do that, and at that 750-meter range, it's not the worst fight in the world, considering this is a Panther D with the lower armor. If this was a Panther A, there'd be no way in hell you'd be able to take that fight, but yeah, and now the 234 is taking advantage here of a little bit of a kerfuffle, as the Panzer 3 also comes in. And now the 334 is going to have to, well, avoid the Zis 3, but other than that, it's got free reign to come and kill these mortars or provide fire support on this side of the town as the Panzer Grenadiers push in. Meanwhile, up north, Panzer 3 did briefly get involved, but is very, very close to being just shot by a Panzerfaust here, and might actually get shot by a Panzerfaust, which would be relatively bad, but for now, providing good fire support onto the Superior and the Guardia DP there. Panzer Grenadier failing to make it in. Second Puma went down as well. Panzer 4 coming in to replace that. 2 Panzer 4s actually, so 2 Panzer 4s as well. Should be able to outrange that T-34 just sitting back here. So you're going to want to get off that off to the side, which Denis does do. But now, Q moving, Panzer Grenadier is directly into CQC fire. Really, what you want to be doing in this kind of a situation is bringing them like 150, 200 meters away to the near side of the town, just so they don't get fired at by CQC units, right? You should still be able to spot them in that kind of a situation, but now we see here, it's just the rifles firing. And that's taking away the greatest tool of the Panzer Grenadier there, as now these mortars are going to rip them a new one. However, they do manage to kill that Flamer and get involved. Just a little bit too quick, but do get pinned down there. That one Panzer Grenadier. And now the support of the Panther D is really what's going to be influencing the superior PPSH to dying there, together with 234. So, does finally make it, and these mortars are whiffing. Only an Avtokum ready yet, and then, yeah, no real firepower in those. So, the superior, the T-34 did kill the Panzer III, though, as the Pioneer actually forces to use a satchel charge on that, and the Panzer Grenadier is forced back. T-34 does have to be very careful, particularly against Panzer Lehr, right? Keep that Panzerschrecks in the forest, Panzerschrecks in the trees here. Oh, man. And, yeah, Pioneer's actually just rushing forward. Maybe not the best idea in the world, I think, but, you know, is going to make it relatively close here. And now the, ooh. T-34 does manage to kill off the 233, and the SUKFZ does go down there. Of course, wow, the Pioneer actually makes it in between the range of sight there of the SU-152, and might actually go down to the superior, the Panther D. Oh, it just barely gets in range. Oh, and it does go down. Panther D goes down to a superior. Wow, that's not what you want to be seeing here. Pioneer as well. Dude, it's best to hold off some of these troops. It might actually get another grenade on. Alright, these Gvard DP are unloading straight into that building. Where the Pioneer is going to throw in satchel charge. T-34 or not. It's going to be very hard to defend against, especially if there's no micro from Denis. Right? Nope. Does manage to fall back and fall out of that building just in time, right? And now these Tanko Desanikis are coming in. Panzer Grenadier, of course, moving forward. If that gets line of sight onto this T-34, going to be very, very dangerous there. For now, though, this Panzer Grenadier gets surrounded. The Pioneer does manage to get up here, though. And we'll be trying to take on that 25mm, but 25mm. Of course, if this was a Panzergren, it might go down, but I believe the Su-152, the T-3485, will have enough time to kill it. And in fact, if it had a bit of Panzergren, these tanks would be very, very dead. Right? Pioneer does get pinned down, though, just in time for the Guard's TP to come in and kill that 25mm surviving for now. So, another Panzer Grenadier coming in now. Two more Panzer Grenadiers, three in fact. Trying to move their way out of this position. You do have the half-track here that is providing a little bit of an advance, but your Panther has gone down, so the long-range firepower, there's nothing really to stop the T-3485 from just sitting here, plinking away at all these units, right? Or even the Su-152. And then the Gvardia TB can just march up and kill these Panzer Grenadiers, which would provide another suitable position for Denis. And now, we did see the recon going earlier, so it's not for a lack of trying, in fact, for having recon here, as the T-34 does go down in the north here. But, yeah, the importance of being able to know what your opponent has on the field here, right? Like, noticing that the Panther has gone down, stuff like that, really can give you a tactical advantage in pushing your troops. So, T-34 went down. Guards DB now, firing against the Panzer IV. There's actually two Panzer IVs here. I'll have to be a little bit careful, but currently there's only a Gvardia that really has any proper AT, so these Panzer IVs are relatively safe, as well as these relatively large amount of infantry that is screening for it. More tankos coming in. But yeah, Panzer Kennedy, you can see it immediately got swatted there, trying to come in for that. As the second Panther D comes out, right, to replace that first one. Tanko Desanikis, though, and lots of guards coming to create some kind of an assault on here. The PTRS 41 should be able to deal with the 251, but really this Panzer III is going to be the issue for Denis down south. Potentially can move this T-3485 to help deal with that. But there's a Pak 40 on this road here, which is very well positioned, though. It is moving into another relatively decent position if you are looking to cut off this road. This road is very rarely used, right? So, yeah. I would have left it there, but fine as it is, I suppose. And now we see just a load of infantry converging here, as Denis does manage to take back this position in the north here. The Guard's DP not being able to deal with the Panzerschreck there. Does manage to get a transmission damage on it, though, which is funny to see. But now that the Pioneer gets into this forest, right, the Guards aren't really going to stand a chance against that. And the Avtokum will also likely go down. Oop, half-track does go down here. T-3485 does get a kill on that. And now the Flammenwerfer and the Panzer Kennedy are trying to chase down this Agmachiki, who's just sitting on this backside of this building. And yeah. T-3476 though versus the Guerrilla. Oop! Sup does see it. So we'll be following that back. Pak 40 as well coming up, and another excellent position there on top of this hill. You generally see bombers and stuff be focused on this hill to kill AT guns and stuff like that, because it does have such a big presence over any kind of tanks on this bottom side or in here. And generally, I like to use this cross route a lot to maneuver my tanks around, so having some kind of influence over that is very important. 50mm mortars also still alive, though, as the units, yeah, once get stopped by the Panzer III here. The Panzer II are also not really in a position to get shot at. But, yeah, Panther D now does manage to take out one T-34-85 from that 2K range. Is now, gets the kill on the Su-85. But now we've got, well, this one might not even see it just yet. But that is a stressed out Panther, and might also be going down relatively quickly as well. Now the second one coming in, though. Coming in right to replace that. And, yeah, you gotta wait till you double team tanks like that. If your opponent has a better tank, always a better idea to double team them. But now there's also a Pack 40 here that should have range. And yeah, if the Pack 40 has range, it's just generally going to cause a problem. Panther D targeted directly on the T-34-85, trying to force a favorable engagement here, as the Pack 40 is also moving forward. But the Pack 40 is going to be nowhere near in time for that. So Panther D here is T-34-85. Yep, T-34-85 does get penetrated, but does end up going down. And now the Focke-Wulf is going to get a kill on this Superior. 25mm is going to force that back, as this Panzer III here does continue to pin down all these units. Superior very, very close to just deleting that Panzer Strike idea, though, if it's not properly microed, and T-34 coming in as well for this Panzer III. So it's going to have to find an answer for that. But has managed to break through this northern front, and the Sturm Pioneers are now going to make themselves into this cover. As long as there's a Panzer idea with AT there, you've essentially just created a choke point here that is next to impossible to get rid of. Right. Superior also not being that great against Sturm Pioneers anymore with the recent buff, right? 20 points to 25 points. So it's cost effective and negates the HE damage there. The FF-42 as well coming in as, ooh, something else goes down here. Is this 3 firing at the Pack 40, but it looks like a tank went down. Yeah. Pack 40 over here has also went down. Su-152 likely getting on target there. And the Flammenwerfer is going to try to make its way, but yeah, Su-152 in a perfect position to counter these Pack 40s. They don't quite have the 2K range of what you would want to deal with that, but yeah. Whew. So, 250-9's coming in now. Once again, the Superior does not push forward directly onto this flag, despite very clearly being able to. But yeah, if Soap's not careful, or if Denis isn't careful, that this T-34 will still likely die. But now we see a little quirk here of Superior that sometimes can't directly fire, because grenades are typically indirect fire, even if they're a building in between, right? They still throw TNT. So it's really funny in town sometimes, right? If you got it close enough, like from here to this building, for example. Or, well, maybe more accurately, one of these, right? You do need one of the long buildings to get within the 100-meter range. They just throw TNT over the buildings, and sometimes you can catch out flamers that way, which is funny to see. But, yeah, T-34 are going to prevent those 250-9s. Now 2 Pumas coming in as well. 4, actually, if we count the ones up top, too. And, yeah, Pumas, B-phase card of Pumas here. They are a useful tool, but I find their usefulness generally diminishes after Phase B. I guess they are cost-effective, but they're not really more cost-effective than T-34, especially considering they have only 40 armor, right? If you can't kill things, they do get it done, so to say, but, yeah. Superior here, actually forced to unload. Now the Panzer Grenadiers got them out in the open, as the Sturm Pioneers are also going to make their way to clear out those Superior. Funny, they actually got the TNT off there, but looks like the tanks here have also been dying. We see the T-34 going down here. This T-34 as well, T-34-85 in fact. And then one Panzer IV having gone down. Wow, I missed some action on the north side here. Wonder if it died to the Panzer Strike. Definitely has a range there. Yeah. And now we see the Guardia DP getting PTRD shots onto the Pumas, right? They can get penetrated by that kind of stuff. And despite having an MG34 there, and managing to get the pin down, yeah, you don't want to be losing health on things like Pumas, because it means the T-34 can just one-shot them all that easier. Although, they might just be able to one-shot them anyway. And now, considering we are in a phase B, interesting to see more Panther Ds, but Soap has elected to take availability over, what's it called? Availability over the better tanks. And the Pumas do manage to get the kill on T-3476, which would allow these 250 S9s to help clear this up. And yeah, Denis does have to be a little bit careful here. It is a 14-10, right? He is generally on the upside here. But yeah, this southern position is very, very weak. He hasn't invested a lot into like bringing more forces to bear, instead deciding to just create an overwhelming amount of T-3485s here. One of them, the 1944 variant. Yeah, but if these, like, 3 units die here, granted, Tango Dosaniki and the green cover are going to be hard for Leah to dislodge. This whole front, we could see collapse fairly easily, in my opinion. But, we have 42 firing, and wow. Yeah, this Panzer Lehr is not actually within, like, influence sight, so he won't be able to surrender anything necessarily, but he might not need to. Right, the front line just might go back naturally, and well, rookie turn of it, no manual fallback. There's only a Superior left that is pinned down, and Soap does manage to advance into here and take this flag. Likely we'll get the surrender on that Superior as well. You have FF42s, great duel there. T-3045 does trade a shot with the Panzer IV, and now the Puma is moving out of the way as fast as it can, and no AT up front there, but our Panzer IV coming in for that. T-3045 here, firing. Yeah, the Panther D doesn't really stand a chance, but yeah, look at this. Pack 40 for this side here will actually be a great benefit here, just trying to kill these T-3485s, and is going to manage to find the kill on that, while the Panther D here duels with these C-34s. One of these is firing APCR, and does just go down, just like that. Wow. Not a great use of the Panthers here. Yak Punts are coming in to replace that. Might have been a better choice bringing 2 Yak Punts, right? Just because you double up on the guns, but really, I think some AT is needed here, or even Panther A's. Superior throw their grenades. Panzer Grenadiers are rushing in, but the Superior have already thrown their grenades, right? They are just sitting on the backside of the building here, so they're not going to be reloaded in time to kill these Panzer Grenadiers. And of course, the Panzer Grenadiers themselves can very quickly kill that T-34, but it won't even be needed. The Pumas do get the kill there. It's funny to see that they're not continuing to fire. Or, nope, yes they are. It's just my bloody UI settings that don't show them reloading, right? After the reason why I turn aggregate units off, right? There's stuff like that, but yeah, now with the overwhelming performance, Denis does what he should have done a long time ago here, and finally brings in infantry here. The 152, though, is looking a little bit weak, and the Pioneer will be able to beat the Guards, no problem there. In that kind of a position. This Guard's going to be searching for this Panzer as well, backed up by the T-3045. Should manage to take back these 2 flags, which will put it back firmly in the hands of Denis. So, still an uphill battle for Soap, in my opinion. With A6 coming in. Oop. Husband against rockets on target. Next man is kill. 2 millimeter HE rockets. Nothing to snuff about, right? And, it is funny to sometimes see another Panther D coming in. At least this time there's got another one of these, and Pack Gun's also coming in for this position. This is also another great AT position down here for T-34. Right, any kind of advance can be stopped by Pack Guns, but you do have to worry about 2K support weapons again. T2S tries to do damage on here, but I don't think they're going to be able to surrender them. The Superior just a bit too far away, and the Panzer IV covering that road. So, we'll manage to maintain control of that. And now the Sturm Pioneers are pushing out into the green cover here. And the Panzer Strike in the open. That F-76 is not really long for this world. Another T-3485 has gone down in the north here somewhere. Likely 2 at Panzer Strike. Another smoldering wreck here. Oh, that's just a Puma. Yeah. But it died somewhere. This Puma as well died, and the Su-76 here. A little face off there. T2's dropping their bombs though. Oops, Sturm Bunny actually gets on target under this truck before the Superior can unload, so now the Superior are gonna unload quite damaged, and the Sturm Pioneers are just gonna be able to finish those off. Yeah, and now with 2 Panther Ds coming in, there is actually like significant amount of units here that might be able to challenge the hegemony of the T-34-85s. 2 out of 4 have gone down. And now, well, despite the fact that these units are all on the back line, right? The surrender is still kind of a funny thing there. I wonder how that would have happened, but I guess it is important to clear out this forest, which Soap is just treading doing right now. 88 coming out. Finally some AA, and now we see the Alpha ready to launch again. Might have been a better idea going for this one, but not bad there either. Or we'll see. Just trying to clear out this little forest here. Might get the flag back just on influence if both these units do die, and the new FL-42 does have enough to kill. Alright. Oh man. So, new firing. Guards DP versus Superior. Her and Superior, or I said. Might fire a little bit short though for the Superior itself. Ooh, that last rocket's gonna be good though. And those units do survive though. What's he got to do here? Rosteko de Sadniki is gonna get just absolutely smacked. And the other guys are gonna be rushing forward now. Take it to Sadniki still. Yeah, I'm just have to kind of surround that, right? Panzer Grenadier around the back here, tap track up front to try and get that, but yeah, the amount of infantry here pushing forward just without a front line. Funny to see in any case. And now we see Panzer 4 versus the T-34-85. I would give the benefit to the T-34-85, but this kind of a range, Panzer 4 is certainly deadly as well. But really, it depends on who's got recon first. T-34s are known for being a bit blind, but Panzer 4 doesn't have a turret. So, yeah, look at that. The T-34 doesn't even see the Panzer 4, which is generally a problem that Russian tanks have, which a lot of players overlook, right? Because you don't often take like dedicated recon specifically to keep an eye on your tanks, right? But it is very, very important. Take out Isindiki. Fired again. Oh, man. Versus the Panzer Grenadier here. Has managed to basically surround this, though. And as this Panzer Grenadier does surrender and get pinned down, Flammenwerfer might come in and probably will die to the Tenku de Sadiki as well, if we're being quite honest here. And you don't want to lose another Panther D to a Superior, I gotta say. So, wait for infantry. Guards DP going down, though. Something's got a recon. On there. Superior kind of managed to kill this Panzer Grenadier, but just the fact that Soap has managed to put this flag kind of shows the pressure that Denis has been going to phase C here. The crucial phase C. And now, 2 Panzer Grenadiers move forward. They can just sit in the screen cover and exert influence over this flag all day long. The guards do not have the ability to fight in that medium cover versus Panzer Grenadiers. And the Flamer did do a bit of damage, but Tenku de Sadniki might just go down to the half track now, which would put some influence back over on this side if it doesn't immediately collapse again. Freaking Steel Division 2 front line. Everyone. But, yeah, my god. Despite being MG42s, they don't do a lot of damage. I guess they do enough suppression. And the Tenku de Sadniki has definitely paid off, now being, what's it called? Forced back, though. Front line has reconnected. And yeah, 2 more Grenadiers coming in here. We see the they would have to go for this location again. Not sure, quite sure if that's worth it. Right, just need a little bit of recon on this Pioneer, and this Pioneer might actually get to Superior before the Nibuaf can fire. So might be good to go for that. But yeah, Panzer 4 manages to kill what's ever in the forest here. Back 40 is covering this. Generally, I find a better position is up here, a little bit sneakier, but you don't have that complete range down there. Just your pack's easier to die because you don't usually have control over this position as well. Yeah, Pioneer goes down. Nibuaf is accurate. Multi-munition. Gotta be reloading that. And yeah, this guards goes down. It's 16-8, 24 minutes into this game. Just the sheer consequence of Maverick versus Maverick will mean that Soap basically takes the win here. Yeah, look at that. Right on the dot. Oh, man. A8 coming in. More tanks. But yeah, an interesting game. Very nice rookie tournament game here. Panther D's advancing. Yak Panzer 4s. Very little to look forward to for Denis here. And he does end up surrendering. So, 2,010 kills to 2,550. Wow. T-35 did a lot of work. But, on the other hand, the Panzer Strike Canadier is just really, really deadly at the lower levels of skill. So if you are a new aspiring player, I would definitely consider checking out Panzer Lehr, right? Got plenty of units that have little to no counter, and the Panzer Grenadiers are a little more forgiving than any other unit in the game. But they are forced to come in a half track, so do take that into consideration. So I hope you enjoyed watching that. I sure had fun casting it, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.